Are we on, Dan?
We're on.
In the 1985 thriller Jagged Edge, Glenn Close falls for Jeff Bridges in the middle of the movie. If you haven't seen it by now, I have no sympathy for you, so I'm just going to tell you the ending. Jeff Bridges is the killer. And he plays an evil person. And in the middle of the film, Glenn Close, playing the lawyer, our hero, our heroine, which is odd for me to say, falls for him, and giving the movie an arc. Great performance by Robert Loggia. Come on, sweetie, did it, he killed her. Perfect Robert Loggia type role. You might know him from Scarface, Return to Me. Come on, honey, I don't know. Fuck him. He killed her. Come on, give me another beer, cunt. He plays a hard-hitting investigator, a PI that works for Glenn Close. But they have a history together. Well, I don't know, honey. Look where I'm living. This is every role Robert Loggia's ever done. I don't fucking know. Hey.
You're right.
I don't know. I'm over the hill, honey. My back hurts.
There was no Notting Hill for Robert Loggia.
In every film, his back hurts. Every film Robert Loggia's ever done, he goes, I don't know, my back hurts. I don't know. It could be my kidney, I don't know. But my back hurts. In every film Robert Loggia's ever done, he also opens a Bud can with one hand. Hey, Bud can! How about this? How about American Gigolo? No, I'm sorry. What's the one with Deborah Winger and Richard Gere? Classic film.
Up Where We Belong.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Soldiers with the one fucking the Google it right now. Okay. The one where the black guy won the fucking Oscar. I can't think of the black guy's name. Can you believe we can't think of the movie of the black guy's name? Who's the black guy in it? Unbelievable! He won the best supporting actor. He plays the drill instructor. Richard Gere plays a soldier. Tries to get into the Marines. And Richard, what the fuck? Up where we belong. Joe Cocker's the singer. I won't forget that. Up where we fly high in the magic high. Do you know how to use a computer? I just type in
Officer and a Gentleman.
Officer and a Gentleman. Hey! Richard Gere's father, who's an alcoholic soldier, is played by Robert Loggia. And, what the hell you doing? I mean, officers don't have tattoos. You dumb little fuck. Give me, you little faggot. Remember those two whores we fucked in Seattle? My back hurts. Louis Gossett Jr., black guy. Yeah, Louis Gossett, colored guy. And then he was in The Sopranos most recently.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm out of the joint finally. I want that poker game. You tell him that's my fucking side of the yard. I want the garbage route on 7th Avenue. My back hurts. So, yeah. Glenn Close and Robert Loggia. I'll tell you, honey, you better watch yourself. Did you tell him my back hurts?
In Independence Day, he told the aliens his back hurts.
My back, tell that alien, tell Will Smith my back hurts. Tell the Fresh Prince my lower back hurts. I'm going to hold it like this. I'm going to open a Bud can with the other hand. I'm going to get a fucking check and get out of here. In Scarface, he's like, hey, let me tell you something, you Cuban fuck. This is my business. Cocaine. Plays like a Cuban guy. Hey, I'm Cuban. And my back hurts. So, Peter Coyote, is that the other actor in Jagged Edge? Remember that guy, Peter Coyote?
Yes.
Okay, Peter Coyote plays the other prosecutor who Glenn Close used to work for. And they accidentally sent a black guy to jail. It's always a black guy. In liberal Hollywood. They accidentally convicted a black guy who did not do it. The black guy was innocent. And like in most commercials for home alarms, the white guy is... Okay. In commercials for home alarm systems, the bandit is always white. And I mean really white, like pale. They all look like Chris Matthews. They take the mask off the bandit in home alarm commercials, and they hear the woo woo woo, and it looks like every law student at Harvard.
I can't believe I haven't gotten an audition for one of those
Yeah,
roles.
well, I mean, like, whoa, whoa, I'm white. Whoa, guys, look, I'm white. And certainly white guys can break into homes, not just people of color. People of color aren't the only people who break into homes. Look, I'm white and I'm breaking into one in this commercial. And again, beer commercials. I want you to tell me the name of the town where the following group of people hang out together and watch football. An overweight, very, very non-threatening black person. An Asian guy who never says anything, just has his mouth open like Eli Manning, but looks very friendly. A stereotypical white guy, James Corden, but a little effeminate, and some sort of Hispanic. Like the color of the skin as you leave it, it's whatever. It could be anything. Those four guys, all drinking a Coors Light, watching a football game. And then they show the football game. The head coach is always African American, and the quarterback is some sort of Hispanic guy. And now there's anti-terrorism public service announcements. What I'm about to say, I'm not kidding. If what I'm about to say was a joke, I'd be doing a disservice to you. I'd be being irresponsible as a person who's technically in the media. I mean, whatever this is called. I'm in my kitchen yelling. But, yeah. I saw PSA for anti-terrorism. A Muslim family is in the airport. 2 children, a wife, the Khans. Let me tell you, we are just coming through, and I see a white man who works for the TSA. And I say to him as he frisks me, he frisks me. Does he frisk the other person? No. He frisked me. And as he's frisking me, he feels something in my pocket. And he say to me, is that the Constitution or are you happy to see me? No, I'm not happy to see you. Your second guess is right. That's my copy of the Constitution. Would you like me to loan you my copy? You TSA? And yes, you're making my wife remove her head. Her headgear. Yes. We are smuggling a bomb in my wife's eyebrow. We have a bomb in my wife's right eyebrow. If she shaves it wrong, she'll blow up. Of course you aren't. You're stereotypical TSA. You're right. If I could put my brown 3-piece suit back on. I have a stint on Hannity. I'm rehearsing to do a 3-episode arc on How I Met Your Mother. They're putting it back. They're bringing the series back for me. Then I'm doing The Big Bang Theory. I have a scene with Johnny Galecki. My wife has no lines. Because I did not give her permission. I know what you're thinking. Mr. Trump, you are now losing the election. Right? I hope to God you're now losing your erection as well. Not with that piece of ass you've got. That Russian hottie. You lose the election. We win the election. But you win an election. I haven't had an election since 1968. I got laid at the Chicago Convention. I protest. I said, you have a husband. Come here. You Jew. I did not say Jew. Look over your shoulder. I am James Conn. They come from me. And what happened? I get through. And I look over, I see terrorists. Oh, terrorists. Terrorists straight ahead. Aye. I'm at the corner. I'm on the top. I'm ringing the bell. Terrorist bell. I'm yelling to my wife. She say nothing. I have to say, you have permission to speak. Say iceberg. Do you realize the real reason the Titanic had an iceberg was because my wife was up at the iceberg sun. And I fell asleep before I gave her permission to speak. So she wrote a note instead. Iceberg. And by the time the note got done, they hit the iceberg. So, I said, listen, you have permission to speak if you see an iceberg. Yell it out. Say, iceberg. If you see a Jew, yell out Goldberg. I tell her 2 things you must tell me. 2 things that are our enemy tonight. As always, Jews enemy. If you see a Jew, yell out Goldberg. Straight ahead. Goldberg, straight ahead. If you see an iceberg, yell iceberg, straight ahead. Or Goldberg, straight ahead. You hear me? Good. If you see a fat man, yell out Hindenburg. That's a joke. I like to make fat jokes. Because I am in good shape.
Now, he's the guy I want to see in Carpool Karaoke with James Corden.
Oh, that would be so great. We would not only get nominated for the Emmy, what is it? He looks like he's had enemas. James Corden. Boy, I tell you, that guy is really funny. I love the karaoke car. I say to my wife, you have permission to sing Adele. And only Adele. She say, okay. And then she go rolling with the deep. And then James Corden open mouth. And he sing rolling with the deep. That's when I pull up my Constitution. And I say, James Corden, you can have a copy. I love the karaoke with James Corden. We're doing it. Can I do this with you? He said, sure. He said, what song do you want to sing? I say, I want to sing We Are Family. Sister Sledge.
Midnight at the Oasis is out.
I would like to sing Midnight. I would like to sing He's Going on That Chain to Georgia. He is leaving. I say, I'm leaving you. And the midnight train. Georgia. We're going to party. Party. You down? I'm going to say this. You down with GOP? No, me. No, not me. You down with GOP? No, not me. You down with GOP? No, not me. Good one. Now we're doing the Hollywood Squares. My wife to block.
Oh, God.
Say nothing. You don't have permission to speak. If you see the center square, yell out, Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg. She is a black woman who has a Jewish name. I'd steer clear of her. I'm doing The View. I cannot wait to do The View. I got bad news in my caliphate. Bad news. I heard that Kelly Lee Ripa and Michael Strahan have broken up. Is that true? They are no longer doing the program. They just won the contest, Strahan. I tell you, we were talking at dinner while I was talking. She was sitting there, looking like Pete Rose. I said, listen, Charlie Hustle. I look like Tony Perez. You look like Peru. We look like the 1975 Big Red Machine. I say, did you hear Kelly Lee Ripa and Michael Strahan break up? She said nothing. It's my favorite show. I wanted to do it. And now it's Kelly Lee Ripa and this gutter snipe, Jerry O'Connell. I know nothing. Oh, my God. I was watching that the other day. I mean, Jerry's a nice guy. I do love Jerry. Jerry's right. Kelly Ripa I met. I guess I met her. I don't know. Well, we were at the wedding together. Howard's wedding. We sat at the same table, and she's so Hollywood. It's like, I don't know if I met her. You know? I met a body she's in, which is odd, but the Hollywood phoniness is so crazy. There's such a veneer of it. You don't know if you met her.
Ah, yes, we listened to you. Great.
Oh. It's so condescending. Me and Mark always say, how's Artie doing? You do, really?
Yeah. Well, how come she hasn't had you fill in?
Oh, she doesn't have it. Come on.
She pulls the strings. She didn't like Strahan. He's gone.
Pull the string. Let me tell you something. You want to talk about a story? You want to talk about page 6 item? Let me on that live TV once. Right, they're not going to put me on live tonight because I dominated. I dominated Joe Buck.
Oh, God.
Those guys can get it. They said to me before I went on, go nuts. I'm like, all right. You realize who you're talking to here. Nobody can get a word in edgewise. Every joke was timed perfectly. And if, one looks like a deer in headlights. It's as if they didn't exist. Movie star. Give me a break. Give me a break. Let me tell you. So, in the middle of the film, Peter Coyote tries to explain to Glenn Close, Jack and Edge, that Jeff Bridges is evil and she should get away from him. No one else can see this, but Peter Coyote figures it out. He figures out what Jeff Bridges did. He goes, don't you see? Talking to Glenn Close, don't you see what he did? I see it, my back hurts. My eyes are squinting, my back hurts. You see, even Robert Loggia, with his eyes squinting and his hurting back, he says, don't you see what he did? He wrote those letters. He typed those letters himself, knowing you'd find them. He planted that story. He killed that other woman a month before to make sure the police would have a doubt in their mind about the real killing. Then he killed his wife a month later. He is not a sociopath. He is a monster. He's Beelzebub. That's Beelzebub. The monster. Now, the way Pierre Coyote hits that line, that's his Oscar. I don't believe he was nominated. But that's his Oscar.
It's an amazing performance.
He is a monster. Not even a criminal. He is a monster. Okay? When I watched A-Rod... When I watched A-Rod tonight get applause from a packed Yankee Stadium with children, impressionable children, clapping for this scumbag, for this scum of scumbags. Every once in a while they have a shot of his mother, and she knows. The mother knows the scumbag that came out of her pussy. She let him out of hers, and he's been getting back in him ever since. That gutter snipe. That gutter snipe. He probably parched his lips coming out because his mouth looks like a pussy. Ever since, he got those big pink pillowy lips. But, that's what I felt. We needed Peter Coyote to be one of the announcers. They should have stopped the applause. We needed Peter Coyote to grab the mic and go, no. Grab the mic from Michael Kay and some of these other sycophant sellouts. What do you make over there, Michael Kay? You're selling out for about 600 G's a year before taxes. Center stage, what do you do? Every time I see Michael Kay, we want you on center stage. You're up with the Joe Buck thing. They're afraid of you. Shut up! Shut up. Keep interviewing the fucking cast of, the practice. Because they're big Yankee fans. Yeah, we always have people come out and tell stories. Who has better stories than me about the Yankees? Nobody, because I am a real fan. I was in the South fucking Bronx while it was burning. Where were you? Where were you up on your bully pulpit? Where were you? Me and my old man, who was admittedly a petty criminal. One week after my 10th birthday, October the 18th, 1977, we were old both. Me and my father, last row of the upper deck, the tickets cost $10. I still fucking got them. They're framed.
Oh.
You think that's corny, don't you, A-Rod? You laugh at that, don't you? With your fucking disgusting whores. This idiot, something meant something to him. What an idiot. What a sucker. Something means something to him. Yeah, that's right. You know what meant something to me? Thurman Munson meant something to me. Mickey Rivers, Greg Nettles. They meant something to me. You're disgusting. You're disgusting. You think they fucked Cameron Diaz? No. No. You know, the women the Yankees used to get back then, they weren't Kate Hudson. They looked like they came out of the Hudson. Okay? Not Kate Hudson. They look like Kurt Russell. Now. You disgusting filth. While all these fake accolades are being shined down upon him, it needed Peter Coyote from Jagged Edge to go, no! No! He is not a great shortstop. He is not someone who wants your forgiveness. He doesn't care about your forgiveness. He is not someone who cares about the Yankees as a consultant for $27 million a year next year. He is a monster. He is a monster. They're celebrating A-Rod. They say A-Rod's never going to play baseball again. A-Rod stopped playing baseball in 1996. A-Rod stopped playing baseball in 1996. He's been an empty vessel in a Rangers outfit. Oh, they show you. Look at the statistics in the 3 years he was on the Texas Rangers. They make Ruth look small. Those are the prime steroid years. As the New York Post headline put it, good roidance. Good roidance. Yeah. Those 3 years when his cousin was coming up from Mexico with the fucking drugs, which, by the way, if Trump was fucking elected, no roids. Gotta go by the wall. Oh, Trump would have built a little door for his roids. That's right. Look at his stats on Texas. We're talking 158 RBI years. 50 stats like 54 homers, 160 RBIs or close to it. 340 batting averages. Unfucking real. Why? Cousin Chico's coming up with the roids. El Steroido. El Chapo's coming up. El Chapo. Yeah, it's grotesque. He cheated. He's a cheater. You see these, and he picks out a white kid. He always picks out a white kid.
I noticed that.
He's a politician. It's good optics, as we say in politics. Good optics. Looks good. He pulled out a little white kid. What was he saying to him? He wasn't even told what he's saying to him. Oh, my God. Did you ever see him talk to a kid? No, what bullshitters. No, he never talked to a kid because he wanted to get the fuck out of there. Every game. You think he sticks around the city long? No. Of course not.
Francesa spent 30 minutes today saying what a great broadcaster he is. He's got to get into broadcasting. He's fantastic. I never knew it.
Let me tell you something, Francesa. What a liar. How dare you? I tell you, dog, this guy could really be a broadcaster. I'll tell you. Was he being sorry? Are you reading that?
No. He was being 100% truthful. He had people on from Fox, and they said, listen, I was very down on him at first, but he was amazing at being a broadcaster.
Okay, what are they paying you, Francesa? What's going on? What's the payoff? We got to get Robert Loggia on this from Jagged Edge as an investigator. I need you to find out stuff. Well, I don't know. Come on. I'm over the hill, honey. Look at me. I'm broken down. I'm opening up Bud cans with one hand. My back hurts. I'm wearing boxer shorts. That's right. He's always wearing a guinea tee. Yeah. At one point, his hair is fucked up.
Yes.
And he's got guinea tee and a boxer short on. Look, I got a guinea tee on. Boxer shorts. I got those spindly guinea legs. Look at me. Oh, that's great. That's great. I want to do every Hillary Clinton speech as Robert Loggia. I don't email. What email? What are you doing here? I thought this was past us. And the emails. Yeah, again, we need Peter Coyote. Because he's a monster. Because that's what A-Royd is. I'll tell you what. A-Royd, sure. I'm telling you, I would, if I had a 10-year-old kid that he takes that white kid out there, and what white father did that? Who allowed that? What white father allowed that? You know why he couldn't get an Hispanic kid or another kid of color? Because they're not allowed in the front row. Not in the A-Rod years, you hypocrite. You hypocrite. Where's he from? Dominican Republic? Panama? Where's he from? Puerto Rican? They're not allowed. They're not allowed up front because of you and people like you. You scumbag. He's walking around taking the laps. Oh, great. What'd you hit, 196 this year? You prick. It's the fucking, we're technically in a pennant race. We want you out of here. We're giving you $27 million to leave. You're like a whore. We pay you to leave. We don't pay you to hit. We pay you to leave. You're the whore. You got cum on your fucking chin. Get out of here. You can't even use the goddamn sink to wipe it. Wait, get your G6 down to Miami, then you can wipe the cum off your chin. You can wipe fucking 55,000 people from the stadium cum off your fucking chin. Here's 27 mil and our fucking jizz. Bye! I got a piss, diabetic.
He's a monster.
Remember that scene?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's one of the best scenes in the thing. They're in the judge's chambers.
Yeah.
And Glenn Close and the judge are looking at him like, you're out of your fucking mind. And he does this great job when it hits him that he had set that up.
All right. We're back. Yeah, so it sickened me. Ask Dan. I was asleep. I was gonna go to the cellar. It's Friday night, and it's a fun time in my life to be elder statesman at the cellar. You go there, you just hang out, and people probably secretly hate you, but they're like, well, it's Artie. He's got upset, And I go in the whole court with me and Russ Maneve and David Tell, and we like talking there. And the younger comics are a lot of funny guys, and they're usually very respectful. They probably figure I'm going to die soon.
Bochetti's there tonight.
Oh, that's right. What happened with that? Boschetti was supposed to go with his big head to do a thing.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to need an update on that. He's got to be tweeting.
He texted me, and he said he didn't know yet, but he said that he's going to go there and hang out and find out.
Wait, what does that mean? So he wasn't specific. Did he have a spot?
He said that they told him to come, but he didn't have a firm time. Yes.
Oh, that means he's not getting on.
That's exactly what he said the last time.
They were probably hoping he didn't get on. Come. They probably hoping he wouldn't come.
Yeah.
So we'll see you bumps in the night.
Alex Rodriguez.
I love John Apatow, Artie. It was weird. Alex Rodriguez bumped me. You sure? Absolutely. It turns out it was Carlos Mencia. Yeah, that's what they said, Artie. It was Alex Rodriguez. No, Mike, it was Carlos Mencia. Really? Yeah. You know who bumped me, Artie? Who? Freddie Prinze. Junior? No, Freddie Prinze Sr. Well, he's dead. He is? Yeah, they didn't tell me that. You know, bump me, Artie? Robin Williams. Tonight? Yep. Wow. Have you seen the news, Michael? Artie, what happened? Artie, great news. I can't tell you about. There's always something you can't talk about. What can't he talk about? What can he talk about? Could you imagine the idea of like, Artie, were you allowed to talk about everything? Yeah, they say talk about it. That's what we do in show business. They say talk about it. Artie, I can't talk about it. Artie, are you sitting down? Yeah, I completed my sizzle reel. That's what he told me once. Real dramatic. He completed his sizzle reel. I'm like, there's no scenario where your name and the word sizzle should be in the same sentence. Unless you're eating a sizzler. And that's technically the word sizzler. Artie, I'm sizzling. Yeah, okay, so it's so depressing to see the people fall for this. So they interview him afterwards, and they go, how does it feel? He goes, these pinstripes are pretty special. You could, at one point, when he mentions his daughters, you see he's trying to cry. And he can't. He's trying to muster up a human emotion. And he can't do it. He doesn't have human emotions. He's like Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush. He makes Jeb Bush look like Rosie Perez. With his fucking, at the beginning of Do the Right Thing. Like Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk. That's what Jeb Bush looks like compared to fucking Alex Rodriguez. He's stiff. All cemented up.
Well, you want me to see if I can cue it up to that?
If you want.
Yeah, it's right. It should be right there.
I told you. I was getting ready to go to the Comedy Cellar. I said, yeah, I was going to talk about this. And then I threw on the end of the Yankee game. I caught the last strike, and the Yanks won.
Forward.
And Dan, let me give it. I'll handle the volume. That's right. This is DVR zone.
Alex Rodriguez going to leave the field for one last time.
No, this isn't the end of the game, is it?
Yes.
This is the end of the game?
Yeah.
First of all, who's wearing number 17? Who's wearing Mickey Rivers' number? There it is, guys. Look at this. It's just he hugs Teixeira as if he's ever talked to him before. Some of these Yankees are meeting him for the first time, you know. Brian McCann just talked to him for the first time ever. There's the angle from above. The angle so many whores have seen. CC Sabathia, all these scumbags. Another guy didn't go to the playoffs. He went to rehab instead. What scum? Look at him. Right here where these players are hugging him, they need Peter Coyote to just run in and just say, here. Peter Coyote should come up on the big screen right now and just go, stop. He is a monster. He knew he was on steroids. He knew it. He knew his cousin was bringing up steroids from Mexico. He knew it. His name was in that book for a reason. He broke the law. He's on steroids right now. Right now he's on steroids.
He sent you those prescriptions.
Yeah, Kate Hudson got him steroids.
Oh, this is like a Ruth or Gehrig.
Terrible.
Oh, I can't take it.
It's terrible.
Oh, my God.
Everyone, Joe Girardi with a fake hug.
Oh, my
terrible.
God.
I think Jorge Posada's son is a rat boy. No other person could have those ears. They just passed by a kid who looks like Jorge Posada with the ears, same ears. Reggie Jackson being all fake. He's going to be an advisor. I can't wait. I can't wait for Bill Simmons' commentary on this. Fucking idiot. Look at Joe Girardi. He's trying to muster up like, wow, let's try to be. And he's just sitting. He can't even cry. Look at him trying to cry. And he's got a. By the way, A-Rod has ridiculously abnormal ears too.
Yeah, he does.
No, you see, this wasn't what I was. No, this is. I wanted to.
He comes out. Okay,
they're still playing.
It's a quick right here at the end.
They're still playing. I wanted the strikeout.
And then he gets interviewed.
Right, I know, but I wanted the strike. I want the strikeout.
I know Joe hates him. Okay, here's the end of the game.
I see it, Dan. I see it.
Oh, he's picking up dirt. I can't take it. I can't.
He just picked up dirt at third base.
Or else he dropped something out of his back pocket when he's playing.
He just picked up dirt from third base and put it in his pocket like he's gonna forget it's even in his pants. You know who's gonna have that dirt? The laundry guy. Look at him. Yogi Berra's number on his shirt, as if he's not even half the man Yogi Berra ever was. This is who was falling for all this bullshit. Why do they have why do people buy tickets for this? I'm so sad. You're all suckers. How much, Dan? How many times are you gonna do that? It's like a porno. How much money did you pay for those tickets, guys? How much money did you pay for those tickets? What'd you give to him? Part of the 27 mil. What was a night out for two people? Let's try to do the math. Night out for two people. Father takes his son. Forget the whole family. That you have to be making 800 G's a year for that. Okay, father takes his son to A-Rod's last game. Here's where you get all sentimental. Okay? Tickets are $80 a pop. That's average. That's not good seats. No, excuse me. They're average $100. I remember that was in the paper. $100 a seat. Could be $110. Let's leave it at $100. We'll keep it a C note. All right? So you and your son, $200. Gone. Just to get the tickets. All right. You drive in from Long Island, New Jersey. Instead of mass transit, because mass transit could be a little shaky. Especially with terrorists and all that shit. You drive in. Okay. The toll to get into Manhattan at this point, I think it's $16. That's insane. Gas, you figure you use about 10 to $15. So put it, you have 210. Okay. Getting the tickets and driving into New York. It's $220. You're in the hole. Think of that, $220. Me and my father went to the '77 World Series. The whole night cost him $35.
Here,
whole night. What are you doing there?
I copied this when I went home.
Be careful of that wire, dude. Be careful of that wire. What is this? Oh.
1970 for Wrigley Field for one of my programs.
Well, it's 70. This is 1970.
Yeah.
It's a long time. Think about it. It's 40 years ago. It's not really fair. It's 40 years ago. I mean, a Wrigley gum was 5 cents. It's a long time.
I think you're low on the tickets.
$100. I thought they were average of $100.
Oof, I think they're higher.
Type in 100 Yankee average ticket. Type I love Google. Average ticket in a Yankee game. Type it in. I was being liberal at 100. I thought it's $110, but we're calling it $220 to get into the city with the tickets. Now here's a little thing we call parking. Here's a little thing you're not gonna park on the streets of the South Bronx. Ain't happening. Your tires. If you do that, your tires aren't gonna be made by Goodyear when you come out. They'll be made by cinder block. That's the 70s. Your tires. How many tires you see car on cinder blocks? Kids were good at ripping off tires. Very good at it. I'm trying to think. With a tip. Me and my uncles found this guy, Jose. I'm not even kidding. I'm not making it up. His name was Jose. We called him Joe. He ran the parking lot on 158th Street and River. This is the old stadium. Very weird not seeing the old stadium in that big open space where the stadium used to be, blocking out the sun. Well, I love blocking out the sun and drinking. I used to love it. Stan Sports Bar, legendary place right on the side. The bowling alley, we used to get egg creams. And, that cost us with tips. That's extraordinary. Every game was at least $100 with a tip to keep the car up front. Almost double the money it took to tip. So I put Jose's kids through school. Carlos was the first guy. We got 4 managers of that. But Dan, you've been in that parking spot. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, right there. That's convenient. So we'll come back. It's going to be $60 to park. $60 to $70 with a tip. All right, we'll go up to now $275. Did you find average?
All right, for tonight, the last couple of rows are $80. The average price is around $700.
What are you talking about?
The last couple of rows, like the worst seats for tonight's game,
are $80.
$80.
Okay. So, what do you mean average price is $700?
The average price. Some of the tickets were going for $3,000. Some were going for $1,500. Some were going for $900.
Scalping.
Right.
Oh no, I'm talking about what the Yanks get. I'm talking about the Yankees get, not the scalpers.
This is for tonight's game because it's
right. But you're talking about scalpers,
right?
I don't want scalpers' money.
Okay, let me see.
They rape you. What do the Yankees want on average for a ticket?
Okay.
The average price was $700. The fact that the scalpers even get that is disgusting. But I thought it was around $100. This is just you and your son. It's not even taking your family. If you got 2 boys, the oldest one comes. I mean, unless the oldest one's effeminate.
For the worst seats at Yankee Stadium, $60 each. For the worst seats.
Right. So I'm trying to think average. Okay, give me the best seat, and we'll give an average. What's the best? What's the most expensive seat?
Most expensive seat. Hold on. Average.
We'll just type in most expensive seat.
Yankee game.
Well, I asked you to put average, and what did you put in? Worst seat? Average.
I put in average.
Oh, you did? And that $60 came up?
Yeah, for the average right. Okay, according to Ticket IQ, the average cost to attend a Yankee game is $83 per ticket.
Okay, right. There you go. That's right. So I figured 100. I rounded it up. Jesus Christ, $83. Okay. I'll take you down. We'll compromise. I'll take you down $15. Okay, with the parking, it was $275. After you parked and got the tickets, you're at $260. That's what you pay the average price. Not great seats. You're already, before you enter the stadium, you're down $260. Just you and your son. Holy shit. And if you have a son, that's where you hope your son's effeminate and doesn't care. Daddy, can we go? Daddy, I don't want to go. I don't want to go somewhere. You don't want to go to the Yankee game? No. Oh, good. $83 a pop. Here. Put Bravo on. Me and you will watch, the Real Housewives of Dickland. Your wife, somebody can't take a family of 4. You can't. Okay. Now we go into the stadium. And guess what your little boy wants to do, because it's tradition? He wants a couple of hot dogs. What do you think they cost? 1970 at Wrigley Field, I'll tell you what they cost. A Smoky Link sandwich. Oscar Mayer hot dog, 35 cents.
Wow.
All right. That's 1970. And that's with the third baseman with diabetes. For a third baseman with 2 legs, it's 70 cents. All right. I'm going to say the hot dog the last time I went to the game was $14. What was a hot dog? Like, figure, I'll give you $10 say your kid has 2 hot dogs. God, I used to hit my father for 4.
God.
I was a thin kid, too. I loved hot dogs. Okay, okay, with fries, a soda, 2 hot dogs a piece, blah, blah, $20, $30, $40 for you. Okay, to eat, it's about $80. You and your son, to eat, $80. Now, $340. $340. Holy shit. Okay, how about this? Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. Peanuts and Cracker Jack. Snacks during the game after you eat. $8. Okay, the kid, if he has 1 peanut and 1 Cracker Jack, and you have a Cracker Jack, it's $8 for $24, and then he has a soda, and you have a couple of beers because it's dad. You're out. It's America. The snacks, another $50. Okay, now you're at $390. And we'll call it miscellaneous, because we've been very liberal. $400. Now you go back home. Before you go back home, do you get the Yankee Dippin' Dots? Do you get some ice cream? I'll tell you what you do get: a souvenir. We haven't filled in the souvenir yet. We're at $400 without a souvenir. What do you get the kid? Yankee hat. An A-Rod jersey, maybe little Susie Q, little baby sister goes, I want a pink A-Rod shirt. Little cunt. She's starting already, isn't she? Asking for shit. And does your wife say no, don't ask for shit? No. Because she's teaching her this behavior. So to be a good mother, she goes, yeah, get me one too. Okay, shut up. What's your attitude? I'm starting an argument with an imaginary woman. I'm crazy enough to I'm starting an argument with an imaginary woman in my A-Rod scenario. You wonder why I haven't kept the relationship. I'm arguing with a woman that doesn't exist right now. I'm going, what do you want? What do you want a pink shirt for? Fuck you. I'm bringing my son. You know what? You stay here. I'm getting an apartment. And I'm bringing my son. Okay, fuck off. Who's getting my clothes? I'll send my... Okay, and then there's the divorce. Okay, you want a souvenir. You get little Susie Q a pink shirt. You get your cunt wife a fucking other shirt. Guess what a shirt is in the fucking souvenir shop at Yankee Stadium? It's got to be $70. I bought a Knick hat recently. The last Knick game I went to, African-American woman behind the counter was selling the Knick hats in the garden. Okay? I said, I'm going to get an official Knick hat. How much? With a straight face, this black woman went, $38.
Oh, man.
I said, excuse me? He said, what? I said, did you just say $38? I said, just do me a favor. At least smile. At least laugh when you're saying it. Huh? I said, please just laugh when you say it. She goes, all right. She knew. I go, how much? She goes, $38. Honey, that is some bullshit. I got her number. I haven't called yet. It was 2 years ago. Yeah. $38. So figure I had. You want to get your little boy a hat, right? I get him a hat. Every kid needs a Yankee hat. The hats, those fitted hats, they're like $50. Okay, the souvenir shop pitching for another $120. We'll round it off and be nice. A C note. Okay, you leave the stadium, assuming you don't get mugged. Something else happens where you get trips. He trips on a Hispanic kid's knife. needs to go to the hospital, get a tetanus shot. You have to buy a new watch. No. Nothing else happens. You go to the parking garage, you tip him. I won't even add in the tip. The kid who brings your car, you don't even tip him. I won't even add that in. That's all in the miscellaneous. You drive home. You walk in the door with the souvenirs. You can't give it to your family because it's 2 o'clock in the morning with traffic and network and blah, 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 blah. And the way baseball is now, everything's a walk, a talk, looking at a fucking replay. Give me a fucking break. What happened in the days when Pete Rose and the umpire were so disgusted by Manny Sanguine's BO that they played a 58-minute game? Remember Ron Guidry and Tommy John? As soon as they got the ball, they went into their windup. Couple of sliders, couple of ground outs. Tommy John consistently threw an hour and 40-minute game. Consistently. Sinker ball. Boom. Ground ball, shortstop. A lot of ground balls. You walk in at 2 a.m. on a school night, and if you had my dad, he says you don't have to go to school tomorrow. Yeah. And you go, yay, and that costs you a lot of money in rehabs later, and your kid doesn't go to college. You got to go to rehab. You got to get a lawyer to get him out of a disorderly conduct. All the other kids are in college. And then if you're really lucky, that fucking loser kid of yours does, guess what? Gets on a TV show, and everybody gets a house. You fucker. I'm sorry. I'm going off on a tangent again. I'm now yelling at my father who doesn't exist. My imaginary father. No, okay, you walk in that house, and guess what you did? For A-Rod's last game, for your kid to see a scumbag, felon, wife-cheating, fucking womanizing, unfriendly, according to David Wells, just a guy who won't even sign an autograph for his fucking teammate, a dirtbag phony, to see his last strikeout. And that's what he did his last time at bat, guys. He struck the fuck out. A big, as Dan Patrick, our funny friend, would say, whiff. That's what he did.
It's my fake laugh.
Thank you. That's what he did. His last time up, he struck the fuck out. Will anybody concentrate on that? No. They'll concentrate on the double he got when it meant nothing in the second inning. Batted about a 196 this year. I think that's what he was hitting. And then he says in the interview, we'll play when he... I was there as an advisor. Shut up. Doing an interview with that 4'8" Jewish guy, Rosenthal, with the bow tie. God, that guy's got to leave the business. Yeah, you walk in the door to see that asshole, scumbag, bad example for any kid. For your kid to see that guy's last game, you spent $500. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I just did the math there, and that's me being liberal. That's me being very, very conservative. Because you're hoping you don't get the average ticket. You might get a higher ticket, higher price.
You want a kosher hot dog? That's extra.
Kosher hot dog? Well, how much is that?
A kosher hot dog is a little more than a regular hot dog.
How much more?
Like $1. I really feel I think it's like $1 more.
Jews.
Now, did you hear Frank Thomas talk before the game about this?
About what?
He said that Jerry Reinsdorf, there's like little rumors
the
that...
The guy who owns the Bulls.
Who Bulls and the White Sox, that he's interested in A-Rod. He did the same thing with Griffey Jr.
To do what, mow his lawn?
No, to come to the White Sox.
No, A-Rod's not going anywhere cold. A-Rod's not going anywhere cold. He got caught. Well, listen, you're right. I mean, listen, a guy with money like that, who knows? But they mentioned he might go to the Marlins right next to his house to get the 700 homers. If the Major League should not let that happen. They should not let him beat Hank Aaron. I mean, Ruth. Ruth at 714 is still pristine, and Aaron at 755 homers. Hank Aaron was arguably my favorite player ever. I was when he got that home run. I was 7. April 8th, 1974, when he beat Ruth's record, hit number 715 down in Atlanta. I was 6. 6 years old, going on 7, and I loved him. I watched that. I think it was televised. Kirk Gowdy was doing. My father made me watch it at 7. One of the first baseball games I can really remember, except the Mets A's World Series in '73. Sal Bando and those guys. I remember watching that a bit. But the first real memory is the opening month, April next year. He fucking beats the record. Aaron off Al Downing in Atlanta against the Dodgers. Al Downing was the pitcher for the Dodgers. He wore number 44. Interesting fact. And Aaron took him deep to left center. Kirk Gowdy announced it. Some white dirtbag caught the ball and then caught him going around short. And an enormous ass on Hank Aaron at that point. Just an enormous big ass.
And on radio was Milo Hamilton announcing it.
Yep. I don't even know what that means.
Well, that's the call that they always play is Milo Hamilton.
Okay. Well who's... all right. What's the... I heard Kirk Gowdy. I hear Kirk Gowdy.
No, it's Milo Hamilton.
No, I know for a fact I hear Kirk Gowdy, but I'm saying... But I don't know what you're talking about. What's the famous call?
Of Hank Aaron.
But I hear Kirk Gowdy. I mean, 'cause I know it's Kirk Gowdy when I hear it. But I'm saying,
because he talked about when he was the Cubs announcer. All he talked about was how he called the.
Right. But what do you? So what do you mean? Why'd you say the radio?
That's the one that they use on a lot of the
okay.
the highlight packages.
See, I didn't know that because I know for a fact I hear, for some reason, I always hear Kirk Gowdy.
It was a network game on TV.
Right.
Yeah.
Monday Night Baseball.
Yeah.
So that's what I hear. But you're saying most of the country hears Milo Hamilton.
Milo Hamilton.
I don't know why. I don't know.
He was the Braves announcer, and they let him do the national. He talked about it all the time. And the Cubs hired him, and then the next year they fucked him.
How's the call go? How's the famous call go? Well, if you can't remember, it's not famous.
Well, he wasn't a Cub. Why would I care?
I'm talking about Milo Hamilton. You just interrupted my story to say Milo Hamilton did it. And so that means that's significant for some reason?
Hamilton call. Yeah, Milo Hamilton calls Hank Aaron's 750 home run.
So what does that have to do with anything?
But that's the call that everybody hears. That's the famous call.
But not me, though.
You might have been.
Let me hear it.
Okay, hold on. Let me plug in.
I forget it. It's meaningless. So again, the flow thing. I just let me try to get back into what I was thinking about. Anyway, the Marlins expressed an interest in maybe doing that, and don't do that, Florida. Come on, Jesus. I mean, what is that? How does that help you? Again, he's a monster. And who was falling? Everybody. Does everyone know exactly how he acted, what he did? The arrogance. You notice Jeter's not there. Remember the excitement around Jeter's last game, which, by the way, was in late September. They're letting him go. Bye, whore. Don't steal anything on the way the fuck out. Somebody better fucking watch him. He puts dirt in his back pocket. Oh. You scumbag. You don't care about the dirt at Yankees. What? All the storied years you had at third. Let's go over his record as a fucking Yankee. I'll never forget where I was when I heard he became a Yankee. Valentine's Day weekend, 2004. Howard and Beth threw arguably the best Halloween party I've ever been to, easily. And again, this is where Howard was very generous with the staff a lot of the time, man. He, besides throwing around private jet fucking invitations, he, everybody, most of us were a couple at that point. It was like a nice family those years. And Howard threw a Valentine's Day party. He rented out this old church on the Lower East Side, right off of Houston Street, not far from Delancey. And this old, 100-year-old church. And he had these decorators come in, professional guys, like on a movie set, and make it look like Halloween in the movie Halloween.
Wow.
Scary as hell. Like real professional decorators. It must have cost a fortune, like the set of a movie. And it had an upper deck where some of us may or may not have gotten a blowjob. But everybody had a... So I was with Dana at the time. Dana and me had been dating for about 3 years, so it was like a serious thing. And, Valentine's Day, what do you do? It's always like up in the air. And Howard, a few months earlier, him and Beth threw this thing. And all of us from the show, and a lot of friends of Howard's from outside the show, went with our significant other and had a fucking blast. What a great time. It was the Saturday night before Valentine's Day, or Valentine's Day. I think it fell on the Sunday, the next day. So Saturday night to the 13th into February 14th, which was Valentine's Day. Significant for a couple of reasons. I'll talk to you Stern fans directly. Howard throws his party. We all get annihilated. We do karaoke. Me and Dana, drunk off our ass, sing Thunder Road, and we're making out on stage. Howard, drunk off his ass, sang the song by the Carpenters, Why Do Birds Suddenly Appear Every Time You Are Near Them? With some
close to you.
Close to you. Mm-hmm. And in the back, some people screaming out faggot. in a church. But that's what it was back. That's what it was back then. It was very like, I mean, I haven't been there, but it was very, Howard was very loose. It was a lot of fun. Everybody invited, everybody included, including Stuttering John and his wife at the time, Susanna. And the other thing he invited us to, about 5 other couples, including myself, John, Howard's friend Ross, Howard's friend Richie Notar from Nobu, who is a great guy. And Ross, Richie and Ross, I love those guys. Never had nothing but a great time with them and their wives. Melissa, Ross's wife, Ross, I love Ross. I always talk great about him. He's an honest, good guy, Ross. And I miss him. I miss Ross a lot. And I miss Richie a lot. Richie, to this day, I try never to bug him. If I need anywhere in the world, if I need a table at Nobu. I was in London once. I needed a table at Nobu in London, and he got me a table. I was in Miami, New Year's Eve for Adrian's birthday. He got me the best seat, New Year's Eve, South Beach, Miami. Better seat than Michael Bay, the director, who was looking at Adrian a little too much. I go, Rich, sorry, I got a number. He go, right back to me. Always, how you doing? Love those guys. Love them. And I love Howard. The guy I knew back then, he won't let me know the guy now. But no, it was generous as hell. And so was Beth. Very sweet, and we had a good time. So afterwards, he invited another 5 of us, like I said, the couples we just mentioned. And again, Dana and I were very appreciative to be on that list with Howard all the time. He always included Dana and myself on stuff like this. After the big party, we all went down to the Borgata. We all got cars down to the Borgata, drivers.
Wow.
So we were drunk. And Howard got us all suites. And we all had suites at the Borgata to gamble and to drink and to have dinner Valentine's Day. And that went into a week vacation. Hung out there the whole night, had dinner and gambled. Valentine's night, slept till Monday, and I believe Howard did go. They went to like an island or something, and Dan and I think went to Florida or something. It was, I don't know. We were having a good time, fun time of my life, early 30s. A good time to be alive. But at that party, I forget that, man. You forget about weekends. Thank you to Howard. Good times. The fans give Howard shit a lot, especially now. The guy's 62. Cut him some slack. You change. I just hope. I hope there's a lot of that guy left in him, because the guy I knew was a sweetheart. But the party, Borgata, fun. Me and Howard. I remember me and Howard were playing craps. I was trying to teach him how to play craps, and he was loaded. And he was a big kid. People say it wasn't like hanging out with Howard. He's a big kid. It was like hanging out with someone in the 8th grade. Who's the funniest kid in the 8th grade, Yeah. And we were laughing so hard shooting craps, and they loved it because I was losing a lot of money. Howard was betting $5. That was frustrating. He bet $5. And you picture like 5,000 people surrounding us at the craps table, yelling out our names. It was fucking rock and roll. It was a lot of fun. Because Howard was the only radio guy. Howard was an A-list celebrity. You're working on the radio, but it's not the radio. You're working for Johnny Carson or something. So, okay, at that Valentine's Day party, February the 13th, I believe it was, 2004, Will Murray, who's a guy all you Stern fans know now, he was training to be a producer. Great kid. I love Will. Will is a guy who, as a teenager, beat cancer, Hodgkin's disease, I think, and called the Stern Show at 15 and got on the air. And then later became an intern, and to this day, he's been working there now. He started just as I did in 01, so he's been there for 15 years. They told him, and God, I love Will so much. I cried when I heard this news. Will was told, you're going to survive, but you'll never have kids. Never going to have kids. And Will, a big sports guy, is a Philly kid. He's from the suburbs of Philly, and he is hardcore sports. And he's funny. Great sense of humor. Smart, funny kid, Will. And, he met a lovely girl, got married. As a sports fan, you might want to have a kid someday. Maybe a son you play catch with, a girl you play catch with. Nowadays, it could be both. Or the person who doesn't know what they are and uses the third bathroom. I may have a third bathroom kid. That's what we'll call it. So he comes to me about a year into his marriage and says, my wife's pregnant. And I was like, oh, my God. Of course, the joke was which one of the Phillies got her pregnant.
Oh, God.
But no, of course that was not. It's his kid. No, and when I heard that, I gave him a hug, and I was like, wow, that is so great. And I think she might have 2 kids now. They might have beautiful, as far as I know, healthy kids, and what a great thing. So he comes up to me, and I was tight with him because he was a guy's guy. We were friends. He treated me with a lot of respect, which I did not deserve. But he came up to me at the party, big Phillies fan, Yankee hater. But he knew I was an A-Rod hater, Yankee fan, A-Rod hater. Comes up to me, we're both a little out of that, a little loaded, and says, "Guess who's a Yankee?" I go, "What are you talking about?" Because he got the updates on his phone back then before smartphones took over. He goes, "The Yankees just signed A-Rod." I go, "You got to be kidding me!" And there were rumors, but yeah, $252 million. They took him from Texas. 25 mil a year. And I remember getting mad. I remember Dana knowing exactly what Dana is laughing because how much I hated A-Rod. And I go, honestly, I said, he's not playing shortstop. Please tell me we still have Jeter. That's the other question. And he said that they said he's rumored to, he's going to play third. I was nervous, man. I got to admit, I was nervous. Where's he going to play? I said, Jeter will not tolerate it. And I wouldn't. But what Jeter's going to go to the Angels or something? Where's he going to play shortstop? And, at least A-Rod probably very, very reluctantly said, all right, I'll play third base. But, you're in the fucking house of Jeter now, buddy. In 2004, Jeter had those 4 rings already. The play already happened. The play! You know what I mean by the play? Against Oakland? What shortstop was even in that position? The instincts you have to grab that ball? Backhand toss, out! Then we lose to the goddamn prickwad Mark Grace Diamondback. Oh, fuck you. Mark Grace doesn't even visit you in the hospital. Yeah, I said it. Poor kid. Danny's like that kid that Babe Ruth promised a home run to in the hospital. And you know what Mark Grace is? The Babe Ruth that doesn't hit the homer. He doesn't hit the homer. And Dan wanted something a lot less than a home run. He wanted a phone call. He wanted a phone call. He was promised a phone call. You know what? You'd have one less Gold Glove if not for Dan.
That's right.
Who would have a Gold Glove? Some pimp. Figure that out. Well, we've told that story on the air. One of the greatest stories ever. Mark Grace bangs some fucking stripper, and Dan is downstairs in the kitchen making coffee. Next day, catches the stripper with one of his Gold Gloves. Catches the stripper trying to steal one of his Gold Gloves. If you win a Gold Glove award for you fucking effeminate men who don't watch sport, yeah, you get fucking a big Gold Glove as the award, like a trophy.
And 2 balls on the side.
And 2 balls on the side. Dan only has 1 ball.
And that's how I heard it. That's how I knew something was wrong, because I heard the ball drop. She didn't.
You had 2 gold balls, and I have 2 blue balls in the fucking dryer. That's the difference. 2 dryer balls, 2 gold balls. Yeah. You heard one of the balls drop?
Drop, because they were not attached.
She was taking his balls. Literally. A woman wants your glove and balls. Yeah. That's right. So, again, Jeter was special. So thank God he's playing third. But that was where I remember hearing all this. Will Murray told me at Howard's Valentine's Day party, February, Valentine's weekend of 04. What else happened that weekend for Stern fans, like I promised you? John finally grew some balls, Stuttering John, pulled Howard aside and told him he was going to the Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Something John told me a couple months before. And I said, John, you're putting me in a terrible position because I'm very good friends with Howard. I'd like to be loyal to him, but I can never, as a friend, if a friend makes me promise not to repeat something, unless it's going to hurt the other person physically or whatever, I said, I'll keep your secret if you want, but you're putting me, I said, why are you telling me? He goes, I want advice. I go, my advice is tell Howard right now. Pick up the phone. You just found out. And he goes, oh, what if him and Leno got into a fight? I go, first of all, I think Leno put you in a bad position. I'm on record. Howard is completely right in that argument. He was wronged, disrespected. Leno treated it like it was some fucking Z Morning Zoo guy in St. Louis. You're dealing with a guy who's more famous and powerful than you, dude. You pick up the phone as you're one sort of iconic guy to the other guy and go, hey, Al, listen, how you doing? Hey, listen, how you doing, Al? You think I want to take John? I don't know. I want to take John over here. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about taking son of John. What do you think about that? Is that all right? I mean, no disrespect or anything. That's what should have happened.
What did it sound like John telling Howard?
Howard, what's right? I got the announcing. I'm the voiceover. I'm the guy who announces. I announced the names of the guests on that tonight. Guests on that tonight. Jay Leno show. What? Oh, you know. He was telling him, with the worst stutter ever, that he had the most coveted voiceover job in the history of broadcasting. He told Howard 7 hours before the New York Post announced it.
Oh.
Very disrespectful. I told John, you or Leno have to tell him right now. Well, as you found out, show him that respect. He deserves that. He's going to be very mad. But John figured he's going to go through hell one morning on the air, and he was so used to it, I guess. I'll deal with it, and I'm jet setting to fucking Hollywood. He already had a house. John had a house out there. He was going to L.A. And he did. On-air announcer like Ed McMahon, and also a writer. I had something in my throat. Howard, I'm the... My God, he had Big Man. I'm the Ed Big Man. Guy. Names on the Leno show. Yeah. Howard was livid. Me and Dana were waking up in the morning. Wintry day, kind of romantic. It was snowing. We're all in the Borgata there. We're ready to go down and get a big breakfast and then gamble. And the women were going shopping.
Yeah.
And I remember that. Because I won a lot of money at craps and I was down money for the weekend. Yeah, all right. Every once in a while it's worth it. Get rid of a broad. Go get some shoes. Go get a pair of shoes. I didn't say 6 pair of shoes, but go get a pair of shoes. Yeah. So we're getting ready. I'm going to hop in the shower. Before I hop in the shower, phone rings. It's Howard. Very mad. Not at me. But he goes, John just called me about this night thing. And he goes, did you know about this? From the beginning, I was honest. I go, Howard, yeah, I apologize, but I told him to tell you. I go, I said, he made me promise. When a friend says promise, I go, I guess, okay. You're not really hurting the guy, but it's very disrespectful. And he believed me, and he was nice about it. He got it. But, it was him and Beth, and she was trying to calm him down. He was really mad. And then John, my God, he tells him at the beginning of the weekend. The beginning of the day. It kind of threw a little bit of a damper on the day. I mean, then we go down and the guys at the Borgata got us all a private room to play blackjack. So it was me, Richie Notar, Ross, Howard, and John playing blackjack. And the tension is insane. John's bragging about the new house. And you see Howard getting more and more mad. I'm like, is John doing this on purpose? He's being very disrespectful now. I thought he was. And that day came, the next Monday when we got back from vacation, where John took a hit. And he did, and he deserved it. He didn't do it the right way there. And then he was gone. Left like a thief in the night. But, believe me, on John's side, there's a lot on John's side. It's a very complicated story. John was a loyal soldier there for a long time. and in a lot of ways unappreciated. One of them was money. John took a lot of hits out there in the field. No one else could ask those questions. He was like, but you got to admit it. Howard knew how to use him properly, and it's a telltale sign that less than a year he was not the announcer anymore. In less than a year, Jay took him off the air. It wasn't working. And but he wanted to. I think he felt guilty because John moved out there and he needed money, and it was a good salary, way more than they were paying him at Stern. But Leno did the honorable thing and made him a writer, called him a writer, and John was in the writers' room, and I guess wrote bits, whatever. But he kept him on till the end. Leno's last show was John's last show. They kept the years and years. John felt he would be picked up by Fallon. John was wrong. I'm the new guy on Fallon. The new guy on the Fallon show. Yeah. So that's what I found out about A-Rod. So and I said to myself, okay, guys, it's going to be nuts. Because remember what the Yankees just came off in 2003. Me and my cousin Jeff, my cousin Josh, Game 6, we were all there. Upper deck seats because we let some of the girls in our lives have the good seats. And we sat in the upper deck and just had a guys night. Game 6 against the Marlins and watched Josh Beckett systematically mow the Yankees down. The worst World Series game I ever saw the Yankees play. They lost a very, very anticlimactic. I think the score was something like 3-1. Terrible. That was the year before. In 2002, they didn't make the World Series. The Angels beat the Giants. 2001 was the fucking Diamondbacks, and in 2000 they completed 3 in a row. So the Yanks always there. And now A-Rod over the top, going to win 5 in a row. A-Rod, guess what? 1 ring later, a bunch of steroids and a prick. And I'm watching him fucking get interviewed right now. Diabetic piss. We'll end up when I come back. I still think it's Gargani. How's that sound? Are we on?
Yes.
Dan is so weird. It's like the only thing. Dan is the best guy in the world. The only frustrating thing about working with Dan is he never admits he's wrong.
That's not true.
Yeah, Dan. Right now, you're not admitting it. This is the same argument we have. It's very frustrating. He has a certain standard about stuff where he can't be wrong about certain things. Like he's pointing out that I'm probably wrong about the Kirk Gowdy thing. So I walk back from the bathroom and he's got a look on his face like someone just died. All right, we should edit out that thing. I'm like, what are you talking about? What happened? Like I called someone gay. It wasn't. I go, what are you talking about? He goes, well, you were actually wrong. About what? Milo Hamilton. You were wrong. Who cares? Like I guess so. Okay, maybe I was. But what he looked like so tragic. Because you're not going to admit you were wrong, are you? Yeah, I am. I'm a human being. I'm wrong a lot. Well, people always have to be right, I guess.
I don't want to be the monster.
No, you a lot of times it's so frustrating where you keep blaming other people for stuff and you go, just say you're wrong so we can move on. Like the latest thing was the robe being in my bedroom. Like I don't know why you okayed going into my bedroom. Like that was very weird to me. I was going to say something to you, but I was like, forget it, I'll let it go. What made you think I'd be okay with you guys going into my bedroom? How did you know it was in my bedroom? And Mario.
Okay.
Okay, here comes where Dan's not wrong. Go ahead. What's the excuse?
No, I was there. I guess I was the adult in the room. But I went in there.
No, you weren't. Mario's an adult,
I went in there to make sure that there was nothing in there.
I want to do nothing. What, like a chick or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, but then still, I don't want him in there. It's creepy. It's very creepy. There's a reason I go in. I go into my bedroom that I've worked hard to get. And then I see a video of him in my robe and I said to someone, who was I watching it with? I forget. I said, where is he? I said it to you. I said, where is he? I go, is he in his room? I hope. No, he's in your bed. So that was wrong, in my opinion.
Yes.
So you're admitting that?
Yes.
See, but you don't want to admit it. Well, you have an explanation ready, right?
No, I don't.
You're about to go into it.
I don't.
What was the one you were about to go into?
I'd gone in to check it.
Okay, so still, though, very creepy. Maybe I don't want you in there to check it. Maybe there's something I don't want you to see. Do you think that's impossible?
No.
Of course not. I'm just saying, people are wrong sometimes. That's the only issue. But you definitely, no one was in the bathroom, right?
No.
How do you know that? How'd you police that? That little worm goes all over the place. He's a little worm, and he's looking to take everything, and so he's in there. And then did I really pay for his robe?
He says that he was joking. He texted me that he was joking. But there's a charge.
He's not joking. He's not joking. He took that robe. And he saw how much I hated it, so he backtracked. Matter of fact, the closet was empty. But you know what? I wanted the robe. I was going to put it on after a shower. That's right. There was no robe in the room. That's right. I was aggravated. There was no robe in that room. And they always have a robe.
I went down to for about a half an hour. I was gone because I went down to get Timmy to get his key so he could get out of your room from Timmy.
Okay, so there's the excuse. That's why it's not. That's why you're not wrong because you left an half an hour.
No, so I don't know what happened in that time.
I know. Well, why'd you leave him alone in the room?
Because you told him that he could be up there.
There's Dan. I'm not wrong. It's my fault, Dan.
Dan told
you let him in the fucking room.
Because you told me to.
Here's Dan.
You told me to.
Here's Dan.
Oh, my God.
Dan's not wrong.
We're not going to argue about this.
Dan, you brought him in that fucking bedroom.
No, you told him he could be in your room. I said no. You go, Dan, let him
not in my bedroom.
I didn't know what he was doing.
Dan, you brought him in the bedroom and shot that fucking thing.
Right, but some of his makeup was on the table.
That's all I care about. Makeup.
He had a ton of makeup.
I didn't mean the bedroom. You're shooting videos of him in the room, and the video's horribly unfunny. I gotta sit there and fake laugh at it. And it's on my Periscope. You should be apologizing. And you're twisting it where you're yelling
no,
at me.
I'm not. I'm not, but I didn't want him in there.
I'm sorry. Dan. I'm paying everybody to work for me. I'm paying everybody to work for me, and that's what they do.
I go, Mario, I'm not good at
Dan,
Periscope.
It's not Mario's fault. It's your fault.
Okay, it's my fault. I was testing
out your fault.
I was testing out the Periscope. I didn't know how to do it. That's the first time I'd ever done it. I didn't want to fuck it up.
What does that have to do with anything? Fuck it up. I wish you'd fucked it up so it wasn't on there. You should have fucked it up. What universe would you think I'd want you to put that on my part? Him in that robe. You should have. I hope you labeled it. Artie had nothing to do with this. Artie doesn't think this is funny. Did you think of asking me before you put that on my Periscope? It's me. It's representative of me.
I'm sorry. I didn't even think about it. I really didn't think anybody would watch.
What does that mean?
Because I was testing it.
What are you talking about, Dan? Now you're backing yourself into a weird area.
No, I'm not backing myself.
Listen to your excuses. Listen to them, because you can't say you're wrong. Now you hope nobody would watch.
You don't listen. I said I was wrong. I didn't know what else to do.
So what's all this other shit with makeup and blah, blah, blah? Let's just leave it there. You were insanely wrong. But I haven't said anything about it because I don't want to get, because I knew this would happen, because I knew, quite frankly, I don't bring stuff up with you if I think you're wrong, because this happens. And why would you think I'd be so upset if I'm wrong about Milo Hamilton? I guess Dan is right. It wasn't Kirk Gowdy. It was a guy named Milo Hamilton who does it. I thought it was Kirk Gowdy all these years. Okay.
Because you're a baseball kind of expert.
No, I'm not. Dan, I don't give a shit. My mother needs an operation for her eyes. You think I care about Milo Hamilton? The point is, it shows a lot about you with this thing of it's very hard to argue with you. I am wrong probably 70% of the time in life. The wrong decisions I've made? Holy Christ. Women, money.
Producers.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I preface this. It says it's the one thing that's the one negative about everything else is the reason I don't bring it up is because the positives are it's insane. You can't even match anything against the positives. Loyalty and That's why it was odd to me, because I'll tell you why it was odd to me, because that is not a Dan move. That's not a Dan mistake. You usually have my best interests out to where it's over the top. As a matter of fact, I was fishing a little bit because I'm wondering what Mario's a great guy. I want to help him, but he's dangerous because he has been, look, you feel sorry. An Italian family coddles people anyway, but when you're born like that, God bless him, his family has probably been coddling him a long time. And the neighborhood, too. If you hear stories about him, the neighborhood surrounds, he's been spoiled. He's a little spoiled kid from Bensonhurst. Italians have a thing where they can spoil a kid even if you have no money. And that's what Mario is, so he can be manipulative. He probably is saying, Artie told me this, Artie told me I wanted to make sure that wasn't happening because you have to be careful with him. I see the way he doesn't hear. He's crazy. Just don't let him get you that mad. Because I get what's going on, but I mean, just for the future, just my bedroom in a gig should be just off limits.
I'm sorry, I didn't even
Periscope. Well, whatever. We don't have to hear this, but all right. But leave the Kirkcaldy thing because it's funny. It's funny if someone pointed out. In other words, it'll be attention. People who pointed out on Twitter, Artie's wrong. I want that. I want people to start talking about the show. Even if I take a hit of being wrong about Milo Hamilton. I swear to God, I would have bet $4 million it was Kirkcaldy. That's how wrong I was on it. Wow. I'm still not convinced. All right, well, so the A-Rod thing. Listen, just open your eyes, guys. $27 million to fuck off. Terrible. He's getting sheared. The direct opposite is true. He is a dark black mark on the history of not only the New York Yankees, baseball. His mother was sitting there like the Khan wife. That's what she looked like, actually. Like Mrs. Khan. Let me tell you, I am the stepfather of A-Rod. What are you cheering for? He's come back. He marched every hot blonde in Hollywood in and out of my bedroom. I'm with his mother. Holy living shit. She's the reason they invent the burqa. To tell you a Rodney Dangerfield joke, I'll give you the Muslim version of Rodney Dangerfield's famous joke. She's known as a two-bagger. You put the bag on your head in case the bag on her head fall off. I'll give you Muslim version. She's known as a two-burqa. You put the burqa on your face in case the burqa on her face fall off. A-Rod's mother's a two-burqa. All right. Good roidance. That's the best way to put it, the New York Post. Good roidance, A-Rod. This has been a special Good Roidance A-Rod podcast.
Should we play his... I could end it there. Or should we play his... Should I...
Well, we'll end the show with his interview.
Okay.
Let's go down to Ken.
Alex, how meaningful was it, first of all, to play third base again and leave the field the way you did?
I mean, it was so awesome. I want to thank Joe. That was quite a moment that I'll never forget. My mom's here, my daughters are here, and these fans, I can't say enough. It's pretty overwhelming.
Well, they were on their feet for every one of your at-bats, chanting your name. They were chanting your name at the end. What was it like to hear the crowd like that at Yankee Stadium one last time?
Kenny, it was overwhelming. I mean, I put these fans through a lot, and I've disappointed a lot of people, and it feels good.
Your emotions right now. You went out with a win. You had an RBI double. Are you disappointed, relieved, happy, sad?
I'm relieved and I'm happy. And we ended winning 3 in a row. And the ceremony with Hal before the game was pretty incredible. And anytime I get to share some moments with my mother and my 2 daughters, it's pretty cool.
How odd is it for you to be leaving this team in the middle of a pennant race?
Well, it's getting fun now. It's getting fun, but we have a great future, and I'm still part of the organization, and I'll be watching. But tonight was about the fans, and to see a stadium packed like this, it's been a while, and it's been a lot of fun.
All right, after what happened tonight, after everything in this stadium, do you imagine yourself wearing another uniform?
Right now is all about the night. Wearing this uniform is so special to me, and these pinstripes are they're the best.
Alex, thank you. Congratulations.
we just played the you just heard A-Rod getting interviewed at the end of the game. All right, here's what I want to do, Dan. At the end of the show, before we put it up, after he says to this guy, who the shortest, is he disconcerting how short that guy is? Ken Rosenthal. A very short Jewish man with a bow tie interviewing athletes. He's 3'8". He's blowjob height. He's blowjob height. He can blow him. Here's what I want to do. After he says, I'm going to stay with the team, edit in De Niro laughing in Cape Fear. Like and just let it go like for a minute. And then finish the rest of the interview, and then that's the end of the show. So you heard the interview in the whole. You're hearing this setup, and that's where that's what I'd like to have happen. And special episode. Take care, Bashir.
Alex, how meaningful was it, first of all, to play third base again and leave the field the way you did?
I mean, it was so awesome. I want to thank Joe. That was quite a moment that I'll never forget. My mom's here, my daughters are here. And these fans, I can't say enough. It's pretty overwhelming.
Well, they were on their feet for every one of your bats, chanting your name. They were chanting your name at the end. What was it like to hear the crowd like that at Yankee Stadium one last time?
Kenny, it was overwhelming. I mean, I put these fans through a lot, and I've disappointed a lot of people. And it feels good.
Your emotions right now. You went out with a win. You had an RBI double. Are you disappointed, relieved, happy, sad?
I'm relieved and I'm happy. And we ended winning 3 in a row. And the ceremony with Hal before the game was pretty incredible. And anytime I get to share some moments with my mother and my 2 daughters, it's pretty cool.
How odd is it for you to be leaving this team in the middle of a pennant race?
Well, it's getting fun now. It's getting fun, but we have a great future, and I'm still part of the organization. And I'll be watching, but tonight was about the fans, and to see a stadium packed like this, it's been a while, and it's been a lot of fun.
All right, after what happened tonight, after everything in this stadium, do you imagine yourself wearing another uniform?
I mean, right now is all about the night. Wearing this uniform is so special to me, and these pinstripes are they're the best.
Alex, thank you. Congratulations. Back to you.